What I have here are two Columbia AOs. This is the first style and this is the second style. And they highlight perfectly why I think Columbias are so incredibly beautiful, especially this one. This is a style I really like and I want in my collection. This was introduced in 1903. It was called the New Style Columbia, and it was a 3-spring motor, so it was powerful enough to play through a few cylinders on one winding. The design, let me get the lid off here. I find these lids a little difficult to get off with this lever here, but you can see a beautiful machine. It's a little different style than some of the other Columbias. It's designed so that the reproducer was horizontal across the record so that it would get you the maximum volume out of the reproducer. And we're going to hear it, so we'll see how that worked. So I have the first style here and the second style here. The cases are a little different. You can see they changed the bed plate from nickel to black painted. This machine has a few problems with it. It was similar when it came out with this mechanism, but this one has been adapted with the AW reproducer upgrade. So when we get in close, you'll see how that differs from the normal style you will see on a Columbia. So I'm going to bring you in closer and we'll look at the two cases, the early one, which is more square, and this the later one, which is more serpentine. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful machine? I mean, that case is gorgeous. I say that a lot with the Columbias because I am a big Columbia fan. So there's the reproducer. As I said, it was more level on the cylinder. And you can see here where it's broken. This is because the later versions of Columbia had parts made out of what's called pot metal, which is an amalgam of metals, and they tended to dry out and crack, which caused all sorts of problems. And you find a lot of these machines have problems with their reproducers and parts. There's the beautiful Graphophone ID plate. Just beautiful machine. Let's take a look at the other one. This, the second version, is still in a beautiful cabinet, but I don't think it's quite as nice as the original cabinet. I think there's a little bit of cost cutting going on here. Still has a beautiful decal, and it still is a nice cabinet, but some of the upgrades were really cost cutting measures. There you can see this one has a lot of problems. There's a screw hole there. That's because this pot metal part has disintegrated and someone tried to do a repair on it, and it's just not worked out very well on this machine. And there's the ID plate, AO, and there's the reproducer. I'm going to turn this machine around so we can get a better look at the reproducer. You'll notice this different style reproducer looks a lot like the reproducer you'd find on a disc machine, and I think that was the idea. And it's a bigger diaphragm, so it actually would probably have sounded a lot better. And there you got the needle, the sapphire on the end of that needle bar. I'm kind of interested to hear how this one sounds, so we'll play it. As you can hear, something is really going wrong. I can see there's no speed control, the motor's making a ton of noise, so I gotta get this one fixed. Let's try the other one then. So I thought we'd hear something interesting to play. This is a Lambert indestructible cylinder, or commonly called a pink Lambert. The box is beautiful, and it's a really special cylinder, because look at that. I've seen hundreds of these cylinders, and I've never seen one before that had the company name stamped onto the outside of the cylinder. And it's a much thicker cylinder than the regular pink Lambert, so it's an early one for sure. Okay, let's give this a listen. I don't know how that sounded on the video, and I won't know until I play it back, but it was pretty loud and pretty bright. I think that's possibly because the Lambert cylinders are kind of loud and bright, but this reproducer probably is a little bit on the brighter side compared to most reproducers like that. So maybe this one needs a bit of a rebuild. It's hard to tell sometimes because these reproducers, being over 100 years old, when they dry out, sometimes they sound dull, sometimes I find they sound really rattly, and that one sounded pretty bright. But two gorgeous machines. Unfortunately, this one needs a lot of work, and this one plays great. So I think I'm going to buy this one.